Mr. Fired Up Wealth. I am live. Just want to do a real quick update. I don't do these a whole lot on YouTube, but this is pretty big news, and I thought I'd get it out to you guys as soon as I could. So a couple things. So ARK ETF is actually going to launch a new ETF that's going to focus on space exploration. They're going to call it ticker ARKX. Real big news, just released here after hours. Was making dinner for the family and saw it and thought it'd be good just to get here and do a 5 or 10 minute quick stream. So welcome if you're joining, if you're just joining. So Ark Invest plans to invest and actually add a new ETF. So they're going to do a space exploration ETF. The ticker again is ARKX. It says while the ETF, basically the holdings are yet to be announced, shares of space companies, Virgin Galactic is up after hours, and Maxar Technologies. The space exploration ETF would focus on companies that are leading, enabling, or benefiting from technologically enabled products and or services that occur beyond the surface of the Earth. So Ark Invest, which operates the largest actively managed exchange ETF funds, obviously actively managed, meaning they're buying and selling every day. They want to add the space exploration ETF. The ticker again is ARKX. And we don't know what's going to be in it, but I can guess that Virgin Galactic and Maxar probably will be. Both of these jumped after hours. Now, it was a perfect storm, really, with Virgin Galactic. A couple things going on. You know, first, this announcement from Ark, that was big. Blue Origin actually plans to launch tomorrow. Virgin Orbit is launching soon. And then Steve Grasso, if you follow on CNBC, there's Fast Money. His pick at the end of the show, right before Kramer, was actually Virgin Galactic. So maybe he knew something that we didn't. I'm sure he probably knew about this ARK ETF, but he suggested a 40% upside. I do own some shares of this. I have some calls. I might have to roll those calls. We'll see how it plays out. I think my calls are at like 35. They're cash covered calls. So yeah, obviously, you know, Ark's had a great 2020. Ark founder and CEO Cathie Wood told CNBC last month that investors should get on the right side of change and stay on the right side of change. You know, this channel with Fired Up Wealth, we focus on disruptive technology. So this is big news. You know, I've been bullish on Virgin Galactic for a while. It's something that we were buying in Discord last year. So if you are interested in that, we've got a Patreon, Fired Up Wealth Patreon, and you can join and get into our Discord channel. But yeah, obviously, you know, the space industry is growing steadily. There's some stocks that I'm going to cover here in a minute, some stocks that I think will probably end up going into this ARK ETF. Right now, it's going to be all speculation, but, you know, I think it's good to kind of look into this. Space exploration is possible due to the convergence of a number of themes, and a space exploration company may not currently derive any revenue, and there is no assurance that such company will drive any revenue from innovative technologies in the future. So obviously, this is very speculative. Orbital Aerospace Companies are companies that launch, make, service, or operate platforms in the orbital space, including satellites and launch vehicles. Suborbital Aerospace Companies are companies that launch, make, service, or operate platforms in the suborbital space, including drones. We're talking about air taxis, electric aviation vehicles. Enabling technologies companies are companies that create the technologies required for successful value-add aerospace operations, including artificial intelligence, AI, robotics, 3D printing, materials, and energy storage. So this is going to be a very diverse ETF. Aerospace Beneficiary Companies are companies that stand to benefit from aerospace activities, including agriculture, internet access, global positioning systems, so like GPS and things like that, construction and imaging. So right here, it talks about it. The space exploration ETF focused on companies that are leading, enabling, and benefiting from technologically enabled products and or services beyond the surface of Earth. Let's look at something I wanted to show you real quick. If you haven't heard of this ETF has not performed well, so I'm not suggesting that you buy it or anything, but I thought it was interesting. I was doing a little bit of research before I jumped in the live stream and just thought I would kind of share this. So it's called UFO is the ticker on this, and the top 10 holdings are here. I'm going to actually download this whole thing so you can see all these holdings. Let me just open this up here once it gets going here. So this is going to show you all the different holdings. Now you can see, surprisingly in here, you know, if you look at some of these I've never even heard of. And I was actually surprised to see some of these companies in here. So let me just open this up. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, so here's the holdings in here. I don't know if all these will necessarily be in here, but I think a lot of the aerospace and defense companies, so like Boeing is in here, L3 Harris is in here, Lockheed Martin's in here. You got NOC is in here, Raytheon's in here. You know, one of the ETFs you could look at to capitalize on this is DFEN, that's ticker DFEN, and that's the 3 times bullish leveraged aerospace and defense. That includes things like the ones I just mentioned. So Boeing's in there and Lockheed Martin's in there. You know, Lockheed Martin, I think LMT is the ticker. You know, my brother-in-law actually works there, and he works in the space program. I don't know much more about it than that. It's pretty private, but I know that, you know, he's very good at what he does, and I have a feeling that, you know, they'll probably end up being in this ARK ETF. Another one, Honeywell. I've owned that one for a while. You know, and it's interesting because Lockheed Martin kind of bottomed out here under that 335 range in the last couple of days, and you know, it seems like it's going higher. Let me just look at that one. What is that one at? Make sure I'm saying the right thing. I've got a lot of stuff churning through my head here. Yeah, 335. It closed at 345, and then after hours, it's up not very much, 347. You know, obviously, most people are going to focus on Virgin Galactic and more of the spec type plays. So it's really speculation to say, you know, what's going to be necessarily in here, but like Garmin for GPS could definitely be in there. There's some of these that I don't know anything about, like this LORL, that's Laurel Space and Com. Maybe you guys know some of these stocks. AT&T, which is weird. It's also surprising to see Virgin Galactic is actually down here, but it's like 3.8%. You'd expect that to be a major part of this ETF. So anyways, just thought I'd bring this news to you. It's kind of breaking news. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that these stocks are going to be in there, but keep an eye on it. I'm sure there'll be more news coming out. I just want to do a quick live stream and let you know about it. Again, ARK ETF is coming out with ARKX Space Exploration ETF. And, you know, Virgin Galactic is probably going to be the main beneficiary, but there's a bunch of other ones like Maxar Technologies, and there's some other ones out there that will probably benefit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe. This is what we talk about on Fired Up Wealth. You know, we're talking about disruptive technology, trying to outperform the market so we can retire young and enjoy life. You know, check out Facebook. We've got a free Facebook group. It's a private group. We've got a Patreon, which includes Discord. We've got a masterclass series we're doing right now. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Take care.